This is quite a simple strategy you can use when a team is 2 goals ahead and you want to enter the trade in the second half. And the match I was looking at here was a sort of a European friendly. And what you do is you lay the team that's 2-0 ahead, you back over 3.5, and you back a couple of scores. And generally, I would use backing 0-3 and 1-3. So what this gives you is an opportunity that if at least one goal is scored, you've got sort of two possible ways in which to then sort of tackle the trade. Say it goes to 0-3, okay, you've got that covered there. You can see we've got sort of £41, £40.80, which is okay. If the underdog scores, then you've got a possibility to sort of reduce that red or clear it even, or even hedge for green on the match odds. And also you can play around with the over 3.5 market, because that will then drift out as well. So you've got the two sort of possible sort of positive advantages here. You know, if the underdog scores, then you can just literally sort of play with that, the over 3.5 and under 3.5 and the match odds. Or if the leading team go on to score a third goal, then you've got the 3-0 covered. And the beauty of it all is, of course, you've got the possible, what we call double bubble, of the score going to 1-3 or even 2-2, in which case you're going to be in clover. Now, the staking really is the initial sort of outlay here, liability was sort of £27. So what I tried to sort of aim for with this trade, the particular strategy, is sort of a 100% return on investment. And if I can't do that, then at least I'm going to try to hope for is leave a free trade. So I had a sort of a number of sort of options here. I could have just literally hedged out for £9.50 odd on the match odds. I could have hedged for, I think, around about £12 green on the 3.5 market, and I would sort of, let's say, lose on the correct score market. There's a sort of a middle ground you can take. In this case, what I did was I just cleared the red on the match odds market, and I cleared the red on the 3.5 goals market. So what I'm left with now is sort of a £12 potential liability should it remain 1-2. That's on the correct score market. So that's sort of a 50% loss, which with this particular strategy, because you've got 2 or 3 possible ways in which to approach it, should either of the teams score, then 50% is okay, because you're going to hopefully sort of come out ahead over sort of a long period of time. The more times you do this. What I want to do is clear the red on the correct score market if I can, or at least most of it. And I was sort of putting an order there of laying the 1-3 at 2.96, and that was never going to happen. So with about 5 minutes to go, what I decided to do was reduce the correct score market red, so I sort of cashed out there for a £7 liability. And what I'm going to do in a second is hedge for green in the match odds. I should get to around about £9.20 odd here, I think. And that's successful. Okay, so that's £9.20 hedge green on the match odds, which covers, and you've got an extra sort of £1, not £2 difference profit between the match odds green and the correct score liability of £7.28. So you've got a sort of £2 profit there. And if we can nip down to the 3.5 goal market, just to remind ourselves, we've got 0 should it remain at 1-2, or we've got £21 should another goal be scored. So we've just about sort of hit our possible 100% return on investment should another goal be scored, which it was in the 89th minute. And there you see our profit. We've got £21.80 on the 3.5 plus another sort of £2, which is the difference between the match odds green and the correct score red. So there we go. There's a sort of few ways in which you can approach that trade. And yes, sometimes you're going to lose the whole sort of initial stake. Basically it just sort of ends 0-2 or 2-0. But very often, once a goal is scored, and the beauty of it is that it doesn't matter which side score. You've got an opportunity via the match odds and the over 3.5 and the correct score market to do something about obtaining a decent kind of profit.